Hey guys, thanks for meeting me on such short notice. I just need to get this off my chest. As you know, just moved to Seoul a couple weeks ago, but I've only recently made some new friends. Obviously, it's you guys. I wanted to tell you what happened my first night here, but it's summed up version because we have class in less than an hour. You guys know my brother Jay. Well, he called me that night. Yes, yes. I thought it was sweet too. But that wasn't until I had the misfortune of hearing what he had to say. He asked me if I had my bear buried with me, and I said yes because I had nothing to hide. But then, but then, he had the audacity to say that the bear that I've had for almost 5 years now was his, and that he wanted me to send it to him. At that moment, I was thinking he must be on something. Because he really waited till I was 6,896 miles away to ask for my bear. And yes, I checked. Not to see if I got to my dorm safe, not to ask how I'm doing, but to ask for my bear. And let me tell you guys something. You don't know how bad I wanted to punch him in his ugly face, but I was experiencing some intense jet lag, so I wasn't at his throat like I usually would be. No. Don't get me wrong. Okay. I'm a relatively nice person, day in and out, depending on who you are, of course. But there's just something about my brother's personality that gets me to a whole different kind of mad. But like I said, I was tired. So I put him on mute, took a deep breath in, took him off mute, and said, okay, okay. But I said it with this weird smile that I do. So, okay. You know that smile people make when they like know something that you don't? Yeah, that's the one. So, thankfully, that was the end of that dreadful conversation. And let me tell you guys something. I, Natalie Atron, went to bed $70 richer because he said he was going to pay for shipping. And with a clear conscience, knowing good and well I wasn't going to send crap to my brother. In all honesty, I don't feel guilty at all. Like, what does a 20-year-old need with a teddy bear, anyways? That was that. I guess it didn't take as long as I thought it was to explain it all to you guys. Okay. Enough about the beef I had with my bro. My bro. With a raise of hands, who wants to go to the boys' dormitory and annoy the heck out of Angel and Chris? Angel and Chris. Go. Maggie. Rachel. Okay. Let's go.
Wow, wow. Look at all this candy. It looks delicious. I mean, you got Sour Patch Kids and Airheads and Laffy Taffies. I wonder if Mother would let me have one. I mean, maybe I could just take it. I mean, it fits right in my hand. Or I could put it in my pocket if no one's looking. But if Mother found out, she would be disappointed. I just want a piece of candy. Mother never lets me have any. She said it'll rot my teeth or give me hives. Mother thinks eating chicken nuggets is a crime. She will punish me if I eat one too many pieces of broccoli, which I don't understand because broccoli is good for you. And then the punishments, she'll dismiss them. Like, this hurts me more than it hurts you. I just want a piece of candy. But but maybe if mother didn't know. Maybe if mother were gone, then I can have a piece of candy. But how could I make her disappear? I mean, maybe Sam could do it. I mean, Sam's the best. Sam could make mother disappear. Then I could have all the chicken nuggets I want and French fries and all the candy. And but I wonder why mother can't see Sam. I mean, he's right here. I wonder why no one can see Sam.
I never really thought that things happen for a reason. Until 2001. And mom had passed and left me with a house, no money to pay the bills or buy any food. 12 years old at the time. And 12-year-olds couldn't get a job, let alone take care of a huge, luxurious house by themselves. And family, or shall I say, strangers, when they came to the house, I thought they was going to comfort me. And boy, was I wrong. So wrong that when they came to the house, they took everything that had value. But what's funny is that they forgot to take me. It was almost like because I didn't have any value, I was invisible to them. I know they saw my face. I remember having the worst crying moment of my life. Not only did I lose my mom physically, but mentally as well. And the house that once made everyone feel intrigued turned into something that was just plain and unwelcoming. There was one item left though, besides me in the house. It was this little thing, just lying on the floor of my mom's vacant room. It was almost like they intended to leave it, or maybe someone forgot it was there. At first, I didn't want to touch it. My mom always claimed that this brush had value and that she always thought I would drop it. But what did she expect me to do? Leave it? This brush was the only item I had left of my mom. No pictures, no photos, no perfume, no clothes, no phone because I wasn't old enough to get one. And of course, they took hers. So, what did she expect me to do? Eventually, I dropped it and it did create a hole in the floor. But when I stuck my hand in the hole, thankfully, I found a spin brush, also a piece of paper. I remember being so startled and frightened that it might have broke. But luckily, it didn't have any cracks or broken pieces. I then looked at the paper, and it had my mom's handwriting on it. All of her credit card and bank information, and an escape plan for me if she happened to pass was listed on there. It was almost like she knew something bad might occur. But I still don't understand why she never mentioned this to me. The paper told me to go to a friend's house and tell her mom about my mom. The friend's mom instantly took me in. And I remember being so relieved at the fact that the strangers came to the house, leaving a spin brush, me finding it, picking it up, dropping it, breaking the floor, picking it up, and a piece of paper. Because if it wasn't for those events, I don't even know where I would have been. Now I'm 18 years old. I just graduated from high school. I'm able to pay for college and a new house because of the money. So now I do believe that things happen for a reason. And you should too. Maybe you have events in your life that leads to importance.
Hey, Dad. I know I haven't come to the cemetery since your funeral, and I'm sorry. I've just been thinking about a lot of things. And even though you're gone, I thought you should know them. For so long, I've been thinking about your dying wish for me, your son, your only son. But if I'm being honest, I don't think I can fulfill your wish. Look, for my entire life, I've been a person who's been an outsider, and I never did what I wanted to do. I always trusted you. I always followed what you did. Every single Sunday, me and Mom would watch you play football, but turns out I never liked it. I just watched for you. You would convince me that football was something that I wanted to do with my life. Ever since I was a kid, you taught me how to pass a football, how to tackle, how to do everything that has to do with football, and you thought I loved it. I never did. I loved you. The only reason I ever cared about anything that has to do with football is because of you. And now that you're gone, I've realized that I'm allowed to choose the path that I want to take. You always said that one day I would follow in your footsteps and become a star quarterback just like you. No, it's not what I want to do. It has never been what I want to do. I've tried and tried and tried, but now I'm not the person that would just listen to you and everything you told me to do with my life. But you're in a different place now. So I am going to go off and become an actor that I want to be. And you know what? I'm not sorry about this. Even though I know, if you were alive right now and I was telling you this, you would be so disappointed in me. But football isn't for me. It was for you. I'm a different person, and I'm not going to sit around and become a clone of my father, because I don't need you telling me who I am. I wish I could take all those Sundays back and do something with them. Maybe if I did, I wouldn't be a 25-year-old failure. But now, at 25, I'm starting my life over. I'm going to go back to college, study acting, and you know what? I'm going to move to New York and become an actor because that's what I want to do. I know you're looking down on me and you're considering me a failure, but for now, I'm fine with it. At least for now, I'm not a failure in my own eyes. And I've come at peace with myself. I'll come back and I'll tell you all of the great things I've done. And who knows, maybe one day you won't be disappointed in me. I guess I'll see you soon. Oh yeah, this is for you.
Another day and another time that I'm getting left out of my friend group. What's new? You know, Sky, I'm getting kind of tired of feeling left out. I'm tired of feeling alone and like no one cares about me. I thought that coming to a new school with new people would be a better chance for me to be myself and find friends that actually act like they care about me. But instead, it's like I'm some type of virus that people need to stay away from. Maybe
I should put myself out there more. That's what Mom always tells me to do. Yet she doesn't realize that's what I always do, and nothing seems to change. It wasn't always like this. At the beginning of the school year, I had so many friends that I would text all the time. I even made a small little friend group. We would FaceTime text to make jokes with each other. And I was finally starting to feel like I belong. But of course, with everything in my life, there's a downfall. Mom started to take my phone at night. Because phones are ruining our lives, and you aren't getting enough sleep. Which I totally agree with. Of course I don't. This would interrupt our nightly texts that would make our friendships grow. And they did grow, at least, without me in it. It's almost like some type of reminder goes off that reminds people that I exist. And it's like they should text me for about a week and then disappear again. These people don't understand what it feels like to be the second choice, and I doubt that they ever will. They never know how scared I get to text someone first because I think that they secretly hate me. They don't understand how I cry because I'm overthinking too much, because I feel so alone in my life. They don't understand how I feel when I let them open up to me, but they won't give me the chance to open up to them. It shouldn't take a picture of me crying on my private story to get their attention. But you wouldn't understand. You're just a cat. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Because in the end, I'm all alone.
You came home. I've been waiting for you. It's been so long since I last saw you. It felt like I would never see you again. I got so scared that I would never see you again. I've been waiting for you forever, for one day that you would come home to me. I waited days and days, months and months, and years, all that I could see you and hear your voice. You said that you would come home after a week, but you didn't. 5 whole years of separation, and you didn't send me a single message. I miss you so much. I'm so happy. I don't want you to leave me in the shadows like the others. You wouldn't do that to me. We're married. We've been together for 10 years. There's no way you would have done anything like that. I'm just so glad that you're here now, right next to me in our small house. I miss you so much.
I'm so sorry. It's not you. Okay, well, it is you. Listen, you've done a lot of terrible things. And not like terrible, like taking candy from a baby and licking it. And then swishing around a pile of dirt, right? And then giving it back to them. Oh, crap, you did do that. Oh my god, you are horrible. Okay, well, I think it's clear you've done a lot of bad things. You're a horrible person. Like, let's see, for example, remember the time I had to babysit my neighbor's kids for the weekend? And I asked you to just do a couple of things for me? You didn't do one, right? And I mean, it's really embarrassing. It's kind of extremely upsetting because I'm pretty sure my 8-year-old cousin could do every single one of those tasks. But you... I mean, I just asked you to take my dog for a walk, but alternatively, you walked my cat down the street. And the sign says he's nowhere to be found, but I've accepted the fact that there's a 70% chance my neighbors took him. So I might have to call 911 for that. But, and I'm pretty sure about an hour later of talking with your friends, you realized You walked the wrong animal. So you went back into my house, which I regret at the moment giving you a key to, and you took my dog for a walk. Now, please don't get me wrong. You had the right idea, and I thought that was really sweet. It was kind. But that was until I saw you go down to tie your shoe. And you let go of the dog's leash. And from my bedroom window, I saw my little Yorkie run down the street. And unfortunately, I just assumed that it was the neighbor's dogs. But at the moment, I kind of wish it was. And also, by the way, I got all this information from a camera right outside of my house. So props to you. Good job. And can I just say, you've known me for 8 years. You didn't stop to think about the cameras outside of my house. But after the whole situation, I spent days crying about it. Because, I don't have a dog. Or a cat. Anymore. And I called like 30 times. And if I recall, one time you answered. But it wasn't even you who answered. So I don't even know who that was. But it was just... I don't even think I want to get into that right now. But, what time is it? God, it's an hour. You've been here for an hour. All right. And I know you have somewhere to be. You have, like, this meeting, whatever that means. What does that even mean? You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to be considered an accomplice for anything you've done. All right? But, I just want to say one thing before I go. Just one thing. I pray the next girl that you find makes you happy. And I hope you do the same for her. But, if things go sideways, things don't go as things were planned for her, then I hope she realizes things quickly. And I hope she gets in her car and drives away. Far away, like really far away, like Mexico, maybe. So when you see her, can you just drop that into the conversation, maybe? So, okay, here we are. All right? So here we are. Back to me. We're sitting on this nice, beautiful bench, and we're looking out to the sea. And this is the moment where I tell you, it's not me, it's you. I'm sorry, but it's all you. So bye.
Me to fix it like me, I did. And I have a reason. Now suddenly you're asking for it back. Tell me where'd you get the nerve? You don't think it's all that we had. But I don't really care how bad it hurts when you broke. A text from Lillian? This can only mean 2 things. 3 things, really. Either A, she wants to be friends with me, B, she wants something from me, or C, she has something on me. Let's hope it is not C. Okay, let's just... Oh my god. Oh my god! Lillian knows. Oh dear. Oh dear god, Lillian knows. And if Lillian knows, who else knows? Who is she gonna tell? Maybe. Okay, here. Okay. Maybe if I do what she wants, this'll go away. This'll all go away. Or maybe it will crash and burn. Come on, think, Delilah, think. Come on, Lila, you're smarter than this. Okay, you know what? This isn't the end of the world. I'll just text Jez about it. Jez, oh my god, Jez. Jez with her pink and black hair and her hardwood smooth nails. Jez, who's so sweet and so fiery all at once. Human paradox. Jez, who would do just about anything for me. Jez, who I would do just about anything for. Except come out. God. I love her so much. And just, the winter carnival. When we kissed, that kiss could have lasted forever, it felt. It was just seconds, mere seconds, but it could have been hours, days, weeks, months. Could have been years. Winter Carnival has never been so memorable to me. And I don't think I can let Lillian take this away from me. I think that I should be the author of my own story, my own love story at that. Why should I let Lillian spin mine and Jasmine's love story? This isn't fair to me. It's not fair to Jasmine. And you know what? I love her. I'm gonna come out. Go to an all-girls school, I mean. I wouldn't survive the fallout, but not on my own at least, but Jasmine can survive anything. And if Jez can survive anything, then I can survive anything with her by my side. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to come out for my girlfriend. Okay, let's do this. Jasmine. Hey. Yeah, I missed you too. Yeah, no. It's crazy weather, I know. Very funny, very funny. No, actually, I wanted to tell you something, hon. No, I didn't steal a train. That's tomorrow's plans. No, I'm not actually gonna steal a train. Listen, just because it's on my list of things to do doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. So, that forest fire was an accident. And? Okay, whatever, Jez. Yes, I called you with an intention. Okay, I'm not the one who started talking about locomotive theft. Sorry, we're getting off track. Yeah, I wanted to tell you that I'm ready to come out. Yes, to everyone. Lillian found out, and you know what? Why should we let her spin this? Yes. No! No. Anyhow, why should we let her spin this as something to be ashamed of? Yeah? Yeah, because I have your confidence. Like, heck yeah! Yeah. You're not making me a cake. Yes, fine, you can make me a cake. I'll see you later. I love you too. Bye.
We're all mad, crazy, nuts, psycho. It's true. You walk down the street and look into the eyes of another man or woman as you walk past. It's hidden. When you're someone like me, you connect with that dark place instantly, and you identify with it. I forget who said we were all living lives of quiet desperation. I believe we are. The smiles, the charms, it's all not real. It's all smokescreen. We all suffer within, don't we? Sometimes I will stare into the mirror and wait for the madness to creep from my eyes and leave me once and for all. But all it ever does is reach the surface and smile gently at me with a wise gleam. Yeah, I'm crazy. I love that I'm crazy, but I also hate who I am. I wouldn't expect you to understand that, but they say genius and madness have a thin line between them. I walk that fence every day, and it has lately been getting harder to stay balanced. Well, look where I am. Chemical imbalance, sure. Life experience, sure. Being an artist, sure. It all adds up to a pair of scissors embedded in someone's neck, doesn't it? You can ridicule me some more, my friend. You can pity me. You can lead me to inspiring advice, but the truth is, there is nothing you can do or say that can haunt me more than my own soul. Do what you have to do, say what you have to say. It means nothing, my friend, nothing.
This will never work. How can I tell him that I like him without making an absolute fool out of myself? Even when I'm in the same room as him, I'm nervous. This will never work out. Maybe, if I can't do it in person, maybe I can do it on the phone. No, definitely not. I know. It won't hurt to try and give it a shot, but I already know it's gonna be a disaster. Reading a script? Oh yeah, you're joking, right? Mr. Cook said I look unnatural if I read off of something. Already dialing? Oh yeah! Okay. It's voicemail. You can do this, Grace. Hi! Lucas, this is Grace. Talking to you. Lucas. Obviously. Anyways. Gotta go. Call you. See you later. Bye. Oh god, that was a disaster. You can't just expect me to say, hey, hot stuff, this is Grace. I asked you on a date to the movies, but I've got such a crazy crush on you that the only way I could talk to you without foaming at the mouth is over the stupid phone. Pretty ridiculous, right? What? The video is still going on! Oh no. No. Press 2 to delete the message, Grace. It's saved! Oh no. I literally called him hot stuff. I'm gonna die of shame. This is gonna be so fun when I see him at school tomorrow. So fun.
Salam. Good evening to you, mister. Oh, miss. Couldn't tell by the beard. Now, come. Let me read your fortune. Yes. Your past has been dramatic, like Michael Jackson burning his own hair, kind of dramatic. Family drama. Death. And, that early? Sheesh. Let's go to your present. Okay. You mourn. Not by a person, but yourself. You feel depressed, anxious, irritating. But you seem ready for a hot girl. Summer, what's that? Oh. You'll be fine. Okay, let's move on to your future. Okay. Girl Summer. Your future, it's bright. A family of 2 children, a husband. Not 1, but 2? Like a throuple? Wait, ma'am. What do you think? You nasty. Nah, you nasty. Okay. That'll be $40. And for making me almost throw up in my mouth, that's an extra 10. Thank you. Have a nice day. Man, people can be odd these days. I don't understand. A throuple? What are fantasies these days? Like, the other day I got a girl talking about the fox from Zootopia. I tried looking it up and I ain't seen no Disney movie. And is this a fourth wall break? Oh, you betcha it is. Salam, worthy friends. It's been a blast to share your path.
Hello, I am here to talk to you all about our Lord and Savior, Onika Tanya Mirage Petty, also known as Nicki Minaj. One of her most iconic lines is from her rap song Good Form, where she says, "'Cause I beat a baddie bee, Barbie tings, banging body bee." Another iconic line from her song Super Bass is, "This one is for the boys in the booming system, Top Town HD with the cooler system," or in her Anaconda song, where she says, "Boy toy named Troy used to live in Detroit." Miss Minaj was born on December 7th, 1982, in Port of Spain in Trinidad and Tobago. Minaj entered the music business as a backup singer for local aspiring rap singers in New York City. She included videos of her work on her MySpace page, which was later seen by a local record label. Minaj eventually came to the attention of Lil Wayne, and the two work on some mixtapes together. As other mixtapes were released, Minaj's exposure grew, and the next year she was named Female Artist of the Year at the Underground Music Award. Her conflict, ladies and gents, is that not everybody knows that she's the queen of rap. But I'm here to tell you that Nicki Minaj is better than your favorite female rapper. She also has a huge fan base called her Barbs. I myself am one of her Barbs. Now, I am going to rap a small portion of Super Bass for you all to hear. This one is for the boys in the booming system. Top tail HD with the cooling system. When he come up in the club, he be blazing up. Got stacks on decks like he's saving up. And he ill, he might got a deal. He pop bottles and he got the right kind of bill. He cold, he dope, he might sell coke. He always in the air, but he never fly cold. G a trip, just sell on a ship. When he make a drip, kiss him on the lip. But that's the kind of dude I was looking for. And yes, you get slapped if you looking no. I said, excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. I mean, you're like pelican fly. I mean, you're so shy, and I'm loving your tie. You're like slicker than a guy with a thing on his eye, yo.
Hey guys, it's Evie. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while, but this is going to be a very serious video. Okay, so I think we've all seen the rumors flying around the internet, and I would just like to start this with, I'm sorry. No, really. I am genuinely so sorry for what I did. I was not expecting that video of me to resurface, and I'm really sorry if you were offended by it. It was just supposed to be a harmless joke, and I didn't really think people were going to be mad about it. But since it was brought to my attention that multiple people were upset by my actions, here's me apologizing or whatever. This joke that I made several weeks ago is not funny in any shape, way, or form. And after multiple complaints, I finally understand that what I did was very wrong. And I take full responsibility for my actions, and I hope that this can stay as a little mistake from my past. I wasn't reading from a script, by the way. I know a lot of people get accused of that. But in my opinion, this was blown way out of proportion. But I've learned from my mistakes and all that jazz, and I'll try to be a better person if you guys allow me to like grow or something like that. Do you think that's okay? Or do I have to like cry too? Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and turn on post notifications. And I'm so sorry. I guess.
To get it perfect this time. I will not sleep till I get it right. No, I can't. Okay. Okay. Humans are strange. Every day at around the same time, I see the house begin to light up with characters. The hustle and bustle of the humans and their various morning tasks begins. First, the oldest slumps downstairs to make her coffee. She normally leaves the room with her melancholy energy still brewing like the previously aforementioned caffeinated garbage drink. I've never cared for coffee. I'm more of a glucose guy myself. Next, the youngest bolts downstairs, shining on the space like a ray of golden sunshine, happily packing up her school bag with an excited grin on her face. Sometimes I wish she would bring me along in that school bag. She feeds the calico cat, the little gray kitten, and the big shaggy brown dog, and finally moves on to feeding me. She quietly hums an upbeat little tune to herself, but I always pretend that she's humming to me. The mood of the space stirs and changes with the loud, demanding footsteps of the angry man with his typical red shirt. He shoos the girl and the cat and the kitten and the dog out and heads to the couch, where he stays until the rest of the family returns. I must tell you, dear listener, that this is around the time where it becomes incredibly lonely for me. All I'm left to do is gaze out at the bookshelf and read the many titles until I've become tired of them again. Sometimes I'm lucky, and one of the animals will come downstairs. Sometimes one will even join me out my window. But today, as I sit here alone, there are no such happenings. Today, I'm just a lonely plant, all by myself. Yay, I finally got it.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because... Oh. What? Oh, sorry, it's stupid, really. Actually, Lindsay, did you hear about the Percy Jackson series that they're making? I just saw it trending on Twitter, that's why I got so excited. I used to be a big fan of the books. Big fan. It's just, I'm excited, yes, of course, but I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna mess it up again. You know? Did you ever watch those 2 movies that they made that were based on the books? I forget what they were called, but it's just, why was Annabeth a brunette in the first movie and then they made her blonde in the second movie as if nothing happened? Like, if you're gonna make Annabeth exactly how she is in the book, you should just have made her blonde in the first place. I mean, come on. Seriously, what on earth happened to the movies? Oh, and another thing, it made no sense that Percy fought Luke at the end of the first movie because he actually fought Ares in the book, and then that plot point gets brought up sometime later throughout the series, but the people who watch the movies wouldn't even know that because they only made 2. And they took out all the good parts, like, where was the abandoned water park? The mechanical spiders, the zoo truck, and Annabeth's hat. I mean, I could go on and on, but, like, that would just be insane. You know what? If they don't get things right in the series, I will march myself down there myself and make them write it the right way. Now, were the movies iconic? Yes, of course they were. We all know that. I'm a firm believer that Logan Lerman is just the best person they could have chosen for that role. I mean, they got the ages of Percy and pretty much every other demigod wrong, but I believe that he still fit that role perfectly. Or maybe I'm just biased because it's kind of cute. Off topic. Yeah. Look, I love the movie, but that doesn't mean I can just sit here and nitpick the entire... What? Is there something on my face? Was I rambling? Oh, sorry. Oh my god, that was weird. I just get really excited about this stuff, and I'm not much of a talker, but... You know what? Never mind. What were you saying?
In your hands, my dissatisfied fellow countrymen, and not in mine, is the momentous issue of civil war. The government will not assail you. You have no oath registered in heaven to destroy the government, while I shall have the most solemn one to preserve, protect, and defend it. 4 years ago, when I started this journey with the country's fate in my hands, I made this exact statement to the President of the Confederate States of America. You see, as I became the 16th leader of this glorious country, we were facing the biggest problem the United States has ever witnessed. Florida, Georgia, and 9 other southern states had seceded, the reason being the biggest disagreement in America by far, slavery. We, the Union, didn't approve of treating other human beings as property, but as slavery was paying the bills for the majority of the southern people, mostly because of crop harvesting, the South wanted to keep slavery going. As new states joined the U.S. for years, northern and southern states fought over what the new states would end up as, a free state or a slave state. As the free states started to overpower the slave states, the situation definitely got worse. I, Abraham Lincoln, had lived most of my life in Indiana, which became a Union state and was also anti slavery at the time. I didn't have any desire to be a farmer like my father, and after being captain of my company in the Black Hawk War in 1832, I became a lawyer, and after 20 years, my reputation as a lawyer in Illinois was very good, and then a small political career followed as well, and I got national recognition for my strong debating skills and being very anti slavery. And in 1860, I ran for president and won the election. In my opinion, secession is illegal, and I wasn't afraid to use force if I had to. And then once the South started firing on a Union military base, the Civil War began. During the war in 1863, I issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which granted slaves in the Confederate States freedom. After many long battles and many different generals, the war seemed to fall into our hands by 1864, when I won a second term. And that is where we are today, my second inaugural address. Hopefully, by the next 4 years, we can rebuild the U.S. and be a nation known as one.
Hello, I'm Renee Banks, and I'm here to cover your morning court news and what's new in the courtrooms. Isn't that right, Tom? Okay, well, this is a story about a young 25-year-old girl named Ruve Smith, who is a lawyer and is fighting to keep her sister out of the prisons. This morning, Ruve's law firm issued a press release to announce that the judge set a court date for April 17th of this year, 2027, for the alleged murder of their father, Bryson Smith, a 54-year-old man. Marie will be representing her sister. On to other news. We'll be heading back to Tom. I'm Renee Banks, and I'm here to cover your courtroom news, and I'm here to tell you that there has been a breakthrough in the case mentioned last Thursday about the Smith family. Since the daughter was the alleged killer, she was ordered to court and represented by her sister, who works at a law firm called Smoke Law Firm. It is released to the press that yesterday the judge found Sarah Smith guilty for the murder of her husband and not the sister. According to a very reliable source, Rouvet actually discovered this fact when trying to prove her sister's innocence when traveling down to where her mother lives and managed to get a confession of her admitting her crime without her knowing. Thank you, America. I'll be here next week to deliver some more courtroom news. Back to you, Tom.
Quiet there. Oh my God, it's really him. The crowd goes wild. But it wasn't always like this. Let's look back around 15 years ago. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Quad Deer. I'm just returning home from my 2-day suspension from school. Some of the popular kids were standing around a fire alarm. When they saw me walk past, they told me to pull it. I thought to myself, this is my chance to get in with them. I have to do this. I belong to be with them. So I pulled it. But then, as soon as the alarm went off, they all ran away. When I looked over to my left, I saw my principal standing over me. I tried to tell her I wasn't the only one who was involved, but she wasn't trying to hear it. When she asked the other kids what happened, they said they don't know what she's talking about. So I had to take the blame. My best friend told me it was a stupid idea. She always talks me off of tough spots. I had a crush on her since the day I met her. She's so beautiful, smart, goofy, everything I look for in a girl. She loves when I sing to her. Her favorite song is, I think it's Best Part, the one that goes like, you don't know, baby, when you hold me and kiss me slowly, it's the sweetest thing. It gives her butterflies every time I sing to her, but I'm sort of scared to make a move on her. She always encourages me to sing, to do what I love. And I think I would rather have friends than fame. I don't really know. When I go home, my mom and my dad are arguing. That's all they do is fuss and fight. I think to myself, what is love if it's not here with me? What is love if there's no guarantee? What is love? That's what I think of every time I see them. My mom comes to my room to talk to me about my suspension. She tells me if I get suspended one more time, I'm going to have to transfer schools. Being that this was sort of kind of my 15th time getting suspended in a school year. But every time I got suspended, I was trying to fit in with the cool kids. And it's only March. I got to do better. 2 days later, I returned to school. I walked past a group of kids, and all they do was look at me and laugh. I felt some type of way, so I just went to go sit with my best friend. Out of nowhere, the student council comes to the lunchroom and says, we're having a talent show. The sign-up sheet will be at the door. Please sign up on your way out. My best friend tells me, this is my time to shine. This is my shot. So I go for it. I go up to the paper and I sign up. For 2-3 weeks, all I did was practice. I stayed out of trouble. I turned in all my work. Everybody, including my best friend, saw the true change coming into me. I was finally doing what I loved. The night of the talent show came, and I truly gave the crowd what they wanted. I sung Can We Talk for a Minute by Tevin Campbell. Oh, you guys want to hear some? Okay, let me get my outfit. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. The crowd went wild. Even as I looked out, I saw the popular kids standing up and clapping for me. I didn't even think they would be there. The next day, returning to school, everybody kept looking at me and asking me to sing for them and asking me to sing for other people. Even the popular kids, they wanted to be my friend all of a sudden. And it was so weird. I didn't understand just because I sing, people want to be my friend. I didn't know what was going on. But later on, I came to realize that I was getting in so much trouble trying to fit in with these kids, trying to do what they do, to be just like them, that it was really holding me back from my true passion. My best friend couldn't make it to the talent show, but she saw the recording of it. We were in the hallway watching the recording while people were switching classes. When she saw it, she was so proud of me. She gave me a hug and she told me that I did so good, and out of nowhere, it was like a spark. We looked at each other and then, boom, we kissed. One of the best days of my life. Now look at me, 15 years later, doing concerts, going on tour, living my best life. I finally let go of myself and took my dreams seriously. I got what I wanted, and I married my beautiful best friend.
Oh my god, the worst thing just happened. My mom told me that my brother got a hamster. A hamster! I don't know how she let this happen. She knows that I'm terrified of them. I just woke up, and then I went downstairs and found out, so I immediately ran outside because there's no way I'm staying in the same house as that thing. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to freak out like that, but can you even blame me? I mean, I know being scared of hamsters isn't seen as completely normal or whatever, but people are afraid of mice and rats all the time, and that's totally fine. But the second I tell someone I'm scared of a hamster, they look at me like I'm weird. It just doesn't make any sense. They're all rodents and they're all scary. Hamsters are even more scary. It's not every day that you just see a mouse or a rat chilling right there next to you, but so many people keep hamsters as pets. They're right there in plain sight, just plotting their next evil plan, and no one even suspects a thing. Okay, so you're probably thinking, what the heck, where did this fear come from? And I can tell you exactly how it happened. One day, I was at my best friend Jasmine's house, just sitting on her bed, and we were trying to pick out which movie we should watch next. When all of a sudden, I look over and see that her hamster, Patches, isn't in his cage anymore. We decided to go around the house looking for him, but we can't find him, so we decided we should just go to sleep. We will see him in the morning. But then, guess who decides to wake me up in the middle of the night? Patches. I open my eyes to him staring at me, and when I go to scream, he crawls into my mouth. I can still feel his fur in my mouth just thinking about it. But then, when I try to get Jasmine's help, she takes him out of my mouth and then has the audacity to ask him if he's okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I'm the one who just got assaulted here, not him. Needless to say, me and Jasmine are no longer friends, and I still can't go near a hamster to this day, obviously. I have no idea what I'm going to do now.
You know, my greatest achievement in life might just be my children. I have 3. But my oldest, Anthony, he would have been 16 around yesterday. I decided to donate all of his stuff to people who are less fortunate than we are. He would have liked that. And he would have wanted it that way, right? I can't hold it. I can't just keep it. I can't even bear to look at it. It makes me think of him, and I can't force myself to. He was an athlete, but he always wanted to be a doctor. He loved working with kids, so he said he wanted to make a career out of it. So, yeah. But I can't stop thinking about that day. The last day I saw him. I was just getting home from work, and he was getting ready to leave for football practice, and I didn't get a chance to give him his usual hug or say goodbye, but I just nodded it off, you know? I'll see you later. Talk to you then. But then a couple hours later, I got a call from his coach telling me that the police wanted to talk with me. And he was a good kid. I really don't know. I can't think of anything he would have done that would warrant violence. His reception was beautiful. We had those tiny blue flowers he loved. He was in his grandfather's tux. He said he wanted to get married in one day. And all my sisters walked up to me, touched my hand, and hugged me and told me everything was gonna be okay, but it's not. It's not gonna be okay. It's not the first time I've lost someone, but I lost my baby. My baby's deathbed was a sidewalk and I couldn't do anything about it. There's a murderer out on the street somewhere. And you know what? He'll get away with it because to the rest of the world, my son's life means nothing. It's not gonna be alright. I'll never get to watch him win that game and see all his hard work pay off at the championships, or watch him walk down that stage and accept his diploma. I'll never get to watch him tear up on the altar when his bride walks down the aisle. I'll never get to watch him hold my grandbaby for the first time. I'll never get to see him become the doctor he always wanted to be. It's not okay, and it's not gonna be okay. Not when he's gone. He was Mama's bright and shining little boy. He was Mama's boy.
Hi, wind up here. Well, little me, Vanessa, wasn't supposed to be washing dishes for a living. That's for sure. What finally got me was Harvard, my dream school. I dreamed about it since I was a little kid. Once I finished my valedictorian speech, my mom said it was the best speech she's ever heard. She got calls for weeks after that, praising my academic achievements. She got calls like this often, even as far back as 3rd grade. I guess I can tell you, that's when the cheating began. Since then, I've been able to cheat my way through school like the rest of them. One time, a 5th grade field day, I cut holes in my potato sack. You're wondering how no one noticed? 2 words. Brown shoes. They matched the potato sack perfectly. No one suspected a thing when I was first at the finish line. I was better than everyone else, and that's how I liked it. When I got to middle school, I got trickier. Stealing the teacher's addition textbook was such a good idea. Every night before each test, I'd write the answers on my thigh and make sure to wear a skirt, because if the teacher tells you to pull up your skirt, you're bound to get in trouble. Once I got to high school, the cheating became serious business. I was known for how smart I was. In my junior year, I hired someone to take the SAT for me. It wasn't an easy task, but I was able to afford to test again. Let's just say, copy and paste was the best thing to ever be created. Now that you know how I got into my dream college, let me tell you how I got kicked out. I was sitting in my intro to law class, taking a test. You really thought the cheating would stop once I got to college? I walked out knowing I aced it. But my hot pink flashcards that I tucked under my thigh were left on my chair. You can probably guess the rest of the story. My professor called my parents to inform them that I was kicked out. My mom came and picked me up in her white Benz, talking to me the whole way back to this boring town. Something about her reputation being ruined. But I didn't care. I was too busy thinking about how fast my life has gone downhill and how easily it could have been avoided. If only I would have written the answers on my thigh and not those hot pink flashcards.
Hello, May. I'm sure it is incredibly strange to hear my voice. I'm using my nurse's cell phone to tell you some bittersweet news. I'm experiencing what is called paradoxical lucidity. As much as I wish that I could say I'm relieved, this newfound clarity is more debilitating than Alzheimer's. I know it's selfish, but I want to go back to internal unconsciousness. I'm so sorry you've had to watch me wither away over the past few years, May. You said goodbye to your mother years ago when I was diagnosed. It must have been so difficult to watch me become a different person, a worse and ill person. This lucid moment is temporary, but I honestly wish it hadn't happened at all. It gives you false hope. It gives me the pain of realizing all the hurt I've caused. I spend every day confused and hopeless searching for the late father in these smelly nursing home halls. I don't want to live like this, May. You have children. You tell me I've met them dozens of times, but I can't picture any of their faces. In a few hours or days, I'll be like that again. And it only gets worse from there, so please, I beg you, say what you need to say to me, because this will be your last chance. I love you, May. Call me when you get this.
My family and everybody, I would like to say, is good people. My mom tries to make sure I at least have one friend at school. But now they're used to me going out with Sam and Patrick and having fun. I guess I'm one of the wallflowers, if that makes sense. And I love my sister too. Candace, she's good people. But I'm happy she finally broke up with that jerk that hit her in the face. She promised me not to tell anyone, but I kept it to myself like I do everything else. I guess it would be selfish of me to not talk to you since my mom wanted me to have this therapy. You told me to write down my feelings, but it's hard sometimes, so yeah. But ever since Michael died, it's been hard, but now I have all these amazing friends and I'm happy and I'm glad. And oh, and Sam finally found that song, Heroes by David Bowie or something, the one we went in the tunnel with, and it was so fun. It's hard sometimes for me to speak up, and when I got in that fight with the whole group, because I might have, it's a story, it's a long story, but when I finally stood up for Patrick from that bully, it felt right because I knew I had to stand up, but now everyone looks at me like I'm some crazy kid that can fight, and now I kind of miss when I was invisible and no one noticed me and no one saw me, and now everyone has gone to college and I'm all alone again, and my mom really wants me to put myself out there. She wants me to be more happy, but my brother still comes sometime. He comes home and he sits with us and he asks me how I'm doing. He tries to check on me. And I don't talk much about my aunt. She was really bad, and I guess my mom's a little upset because I never told her about that. And I want it to be as normal as possible, and I thought if I told my mom she would hate my sister, and I thought she'd hate, you know, her sister. But Candace didn't know anything, and Candace was asleep most of the time, and I didn't want her to find out. And it's a lot to hold in when you have no one, and it's gotten better though. The Wallflowers got back together again. Sometimes Sam and Patrick come back, and we all sit and listen to more mixtapes. So think about it. In 1,204 days, I will be out of this mess, and I can go and I can just be happy.
I hope.
Well, it's actually kind of a long story. Do we have time? We do? Okay, perfect. Well, to start, I like to say I am only here for the sole reason that my fiance thinks that my trauma is interfering with our relationship. I don't want to give you a long backstory, so why don't I tell you about the day I have before I moved in with Prince Charming? Well, so I woke up and I was really tired, right? So my eyes aren't even open when I take a shower and wash my hair. Apparently, my little emo little sister decided to leave her hair color stuff in the shower. Cause my hair was bright green when I took the towel off. Do you see this? It's the ugliest color I have ever seen on a human being. Anyway, so I tried to forget about that, but I couldn't because I looked hideous. But either way, I can figure I can deal with my school when she gets home from school. There's no need for her to have to miss any more school than she needs to. Then, stepmother, I can't stand her, said I had to go get the groceries, and the people in the grocery store wouldn't judge me because I showed up riding a unicycle with a parrot on my head, so my green hair shouldn't get any more looks. I don't know why I had to ride on a unicycle, but apparently the dwarfs took my car, so I had to. I didn't even know we had a unicycle, and why do we have a unicycle? But she was wrong. It did. The face painting on me, they said, it'll wash right off. The face painting, I said. I didn't realize I had any face paint on, but apparently, while I was sleeping, the dwarfs decided to paint my face. I can't believe that they did that, and I can't believe that I didn't even notice. Was I really that tired? Well, either way, the guys at the store said that they'll be able to get us right off me, and they said that they'll do it for free and that they'll actually pay me. They said that I could win a nice Amazon gift card. But neither of those happened. My face still seems kind of painted on. Can't you tell? It looks like I have spots on me like I'm some type of zebra or something. Well, I'm still trying to get it off, but I can't. Also, the Amazon gift card only had 20 cents left on it. I was humiliated. And there was no way I was going to be able to keep grocery shopping after that. So I just decided to leave. The family was okay with doing off eggs for another week. You would think that that's the only bad thing that happened that day, but you would be so wrong. As I was walking home, because I was not going to get caught on that unicycle again, my day was already horrible enough. This child, may the Lord never curse me with one, screams like it's being slaughtered. I look around to try and figure out what's going on, and good green earth. A could possible warn such a horrible sound when the child's mother looked at me with the tired eyes of one who deals with a 3-foot tall chimpanzee all day. She hands me the leash to her dog as the small banshee screeches on. She'll forget she ever wanted this thing, the mother says, then walks away, dragging the creature away and leaving me with something not much better, a dog. I can barely take care of myself. How am I supposed to take care of me, Prince Charming, and a dog? And the worst part of all, the dog was missing a leg. I don't know, but I'm this dog's parents now. We decided to name him Bagel. So, yeah, that's how I ended up with bright green hair, my face being painted like a giraffe, and a 3-legged beagle. My fiance thinks I'm only keeping on it to suppress my feelings, which is absolutely absurd. I love animals. I grew up with them. Okay, well, not really, but the dwarfs feel like farm animals. I had to constantly cook and clean for them as if I were their mother. If stepmother hasn't been so busy trying to poison me, maybe she could have tried and fix them some dinner every once in a while. You know, I had to drop out of high school to take care of them. And then the worst part of all, stepmother would bully me for it, saying that no man would ever want me. But look, I am engaged to the most beautiful prince of all, Prince Charming. But, okay, you're right. I shouldn't judge her, but she's evil. Wait, Why isn't she here? I'm not the problem. She's the problem. She caused all of this. I'm not the one who needs this therapy. She needs it, so I'm gonna leave. Thank you, Doc. I'm all fixed. Bye!
Where is it? Oh my god. I cannot afford to turn this assignment in late too. I mean, 3 days into the quarter and I'm already falling behind. Who does that? Oh, did I take my meds today? That would explain why I can't remember what it is. No, I did take my meds today. Yeah, I did take my meds today. What was I looking for again? My book, right. Oh. Online school's got me all messed up. I mean, it was hard enough during regular school to keep track of my assignments, and now everything's just gone. Just everything gone. I mean, I'm sitting in this chair all day long, looking at this stupid screen, trying to listen to my teachers tell me about algebraic equations. And I mean, 1 minute the teacher's droning on, and the next class is over and I've zoned out and missed half of it. I mean, I just wish I had the ability to, like, pause time, you know? Like, I would have all the time in the world to get my brain in order. But, like, what if I forgot that I paused time? Just, like, went about my day and then realized it was only 9 o'clock because I had paused time. Or what if I forgot why I paused time and just, like, spent an hour going pause, unpause, trying to figure out what? That'd be really awkward. I was looking for something. Book. Oh my god, yeah. I have 2 hours to do this essay. Oh my god, I'm not going to get it done. 2 hours. Yeah.
Another day, 3 o'clock p.m. After 8 hours of staring at a computer screen, I decided to take a break. I lay down and scroll on social media for a while, and then my mom bursts in my room and yells at me and says, "Natalia, why do you have 12 missing assignments?" I want to yell back and say, "I don't know, Mom. Maybe it's because I physically can't." But I know she won't understand. So I just say, "I'll do the missing assignments right now." While I was doing those assignments, I got 8 more assignments. Do I ever get a break? I sit there staring at the computer screen all night, again. Hours later, I check my phone, and it's now 3 o'clock a.m. I need to rest. Still dressed in the same hoodie from 3 nights ago, I fall asleep. Got woken up hours later, but to me it felt like 5 minutes. But I got woken up to my mom yelling at me again. "Natalia, why did I get a call from your school saying that you missed 3 of your classes?" "I don't know, Mom. Maybe it's because my life feels like an endless cycle that never stops." "Why don't you go back to how you used to be?" She yells at me as she slams my door. "I wish I could," I say, staring at myself through the mirror. "I used to be so happy and smiley. I used to make my whole family proud. I would come home with my report card, which showed straight A's. I had nothing to worry about. What happened? Can I go back? It's like I'm stuck in a world that's impossible to escape. And I just need to find that key. That key that'll bring me back to how I used to be. But for now, I guess I'll just have to repeat, as this is my life right now. Counting sheep to try to fall asleep."
Well, teacher, to answer your question, I think that would be x equals 2 and y equals 5. Is that correct? Hello? Can anyone hear me? Nobody's listening. Not even the teacher. I mean, I get that. I don't want to be here too. I'm used to not being listened to. Being the youngest of 3 children, I never get listened to. But it just kind of gets annoying, you know? Hello? I would say that I absolutely despise being ignored, but it's fine. I mean, it is how I lost my first girlfriend. I thought I was going to be hurt because, you know, girlfriend and all that. I thought I was going to be with her forever. But Then she stopped listening to me. Turns out she had a crush on another guy. That Steven guy. Ugh. So she was secretly dating Steven and not listening to me. But enough about Steven. You're supposed to be listening to me. Imagine being so bored that you won't even hear the answer to the question. Shoot, not even the teacher is listening to me. The teacher, let that sink in for a moment. The teacher, the one who is supposed to, and whose job is to listen. What's funny? What's funny is that I can say anything I want to, but I won't. You all should be thanking me. Hey, if I keep up like this for the entire period, no more math lesson. Just peace. Incredible. Well, I guess I'll just talky, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I was muted. Sorry about that. No, I was just, nothing important. Yeah. The answer is x equals 2 and y equals 5. Great. Cool.